everyone, welcome back to another fall craft. I'm Miss Lizzie and I'm here at the library to bring you another fun fall themed craft. Now Thanksgiving is coming up pretty soon, and even if you don't celebrate it, I don't know about you, but I see so many turkeys around here. So turkeys just symbolize fall to me, so I thought we'd do a really fun, really easy turkey craft today with a paper plate. Isn't that cute? Alright, shall we get started? I'll tell you what we need. So I have some construction paper, basically just to make the little head. So I have brown, orange, and red. Orange for the beak and red for the little gobble thing that they have that hangs down. I don't know what that's called. Again, you don't have to add that many details, or it would be great if your child wanted to draw on the features. Like, I also have googly eyes, that's totally optional. They can have fun with it and draw and make their turkey look like whatever they want. That can also be a fun thing for them. I would recommend, if depending on how much time you have, if you wanted to paint the whole plate first and then put the turkey head on. It doesn't really matter, but it might be neater in the sense of it might save the paint from going on his head. But for the sake of time, I'm going to do it, put the head on first and then paint. And also, it doesn't really matter if you do it the other way. It just is a suggestion that might be a little bit cleaner. And these are great decorations, and you can put hole punches in them and you can hang them up somewhere. Very cute. So I also have some paint. I'm using red, orange, and yellow. You can also put some brown in there if you'd like. Or again, whatever paint you have. If your turkey wants to have purple and green and blue in it, or whatever you want, then that's completely fine. I have some glue to glue on the head and the eyeballs. And what's really fun about this craft is we're going to be using cotton balls and a clothespin. So that's how I achieved the kind of speckled look of him. You can also use sponges if you cut up an old sponge. You can also use a loofah if you have an old shower loofah that you'd like to use, or even broccoli. I know, how funny. But they give similar textures, they give similar patterns, and it's really great if you wanted to kind of make this a thing where the child tries different things, like maybe they try cotton ball, maybe they try sponge. It's really great, again, for their sensory feeling different things, and they're fine. The cotton ball one I really like because it's good for fine motor, because they have to use the clothespin and try to pick it up and place down. So I'm going to be using that one today, and it's the most, I feel like, achievable in terms of what people have in their house and what I have here. So, and also a paper plate. So I just have the plain paper plates, kind of the basic white one with the ridges. I find that one works best because, like, a paper plate like this has design and grooves on it. So a plain paper plate, it's a tongue twister, works fine. So I'm going to start by flattening it just a little bit. You don't have to do this, but I find it a little easier just to paint it and put the head on. So you could find online, you could use a turkey template or a head template or something like this. I didn't. I'm just going to freehand. Again, it's totally up to you, and also a great thing for your child to do if they would like to freehand as well, or maybe you want to do it ahead of time to save the trouble and cut out the pieces and all they have to do is glue them on. It's totally up to you. So I'm just going to kind of roughly trace a shape and kind of hold it up to the paper and see if that's a good enough size. I think it'll be. I'm going to then cut it out again. Like I say all the time, this is great for fine motor skills as well, for cutting, if the child's old enough to use scissors, or of course if you're there to guide them. But again, this is something that if you just want to plan it way in advance, you as the parent or the caregiver, then you can cut out all these pieces ahead of time and then they can just have fun. I'm going to round out the bit of his head just a little bit at the bottom so it kind of fits on the plate a little bit better, just because right now it kind of has that gapping. So I'm going to try to round out the corners, but it doesn't matter because you can always just fold it over the bottom of the plate, which I'm going to do. This is one of those annoying crafts where you kind of have to sit and let it dry before you do it. So that's never the fun part, but I'm not going to today. And now that I think of it, as long as the head is kind of held in place and they just kind of have fun with the paint, then I don't see why you need to let it dry. You could just do it all at once and then let the paint and glue dry all together. But it's, again, however much time you have, whatever you prefer, however much mess you don't want to deal with, which is completely understandable. Glue. It's stuck. Just gonna try my best here. Okay. Alright, well, I'll do what I can. So I'm just going to put him on. That's my abilities. I'm just going to try to flatten him down to make sure he fits in all the grooves of the plate, but not the end of the world if he doesn't. Just trying to get some more glue out. I'm just going to use it like this. My glue is clogged. Okay, so he's glued on. It looks like that. And now I'm going to do the beak, which, again, I just freehanded all this because they're pretty simple in terms of what they look like, and it doesn't have to be perfect. But again, whatever you prefer, if you want to use a template, I'm just going to take the corner of the paper and cut a triangle. And I'm going to glue that on the middle. Actually, I found it easier because the gobbler bit kind of goes under the beak, that I'm going to do that with the beak at the same time. So again, I'm just kind of freehanding the little gobbler. Just kind of cutting out this general shape. And then yours will probably look so much better than mine. And I'm going to glue it underneath the beak. So that way, I'm going to do it on this side actually. Have a gobbler preference. I want it on the left as opposed to the right. I'm just going to kind of make it peek out a little bit. There. And then I'm going to glue both pieces on. There we go. So it looks like that now. Very cute. And then I'm going to put on some googly eyes. I'm going to do some yellow ones actually. I think that will look really cute. So I have a bunch of googly eyes, but I understand if that's not something that everyone has. So again, it'll be really fun and really cute for your little one to draw eyes. Or get creative if you wanted to. You could cut out eyes out of construction paper if you have some, maybe some black and white, and do it that way. I need to get a new bottle of glue. Hold on. There we go. My glue is stuck. This one might be too. There we go. Beautiful. Right, and I'm just going to put those on. It is very cute and silly with the googly eyes. Here we go. I have bigger googly eyes if you want to use if you're planning on using googly eyes. I really like how the big ones look. It's so cute. Alright, now again, like I said, you can wait for that to dry, or if as long as it's kind of flat and it's not being moved around, it should be okay to use if you want to move on and just paint right from here. So this is kind of the more fun part. Not that putting him together wasn't fun, but this is definitely the more fun part for the little one. So like I said, I have yellow, red, and orange. Those are just the colors that I prefer to use. And you can use any colors you want. I'm just kind of sticking with the fall palette, which you absolutely can do, but you don't have to. And I even think if you add in a little bit of brown, if you do this palette, it'll look really nice. So I'm just putting some paint on a plate. It might be good to make the blobs kind of big, almost like the size of the cotton ball, or whatever you're using, so that way the child can really press it into each color. And then this is kind of the domain where the child should be fun for them to be able to pick it up themselves. Great for their fine motor. And then choose the colors. So you can use different cotton balls for each if you want to make it more, not challenging, but more in the sense of they have to pick up a new cotton ball each color they use, or they can use the same one and just kind of mix and match. It's totally up to you depending on how many cotton balls you have or want to use. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to go in with the red, and I'm just going to dip it in and then blot it all over the plate in dots. And it kind of has this like sponge effect. This is great if you put something under the plate, like if you have a tarp or something, so they can just really kind of mash on the plate, and it's really nice for them to do it. Even if you want to maybe tape the plate down, because my plate's kind of bouncing around. But yeah, whichever, and if you do it more than once, maybe you find new, better ideas to do this. So this is kind of what it looks like with the red. Very cute. And now again, I'm going to use the same cotton ball. Don't have to, but I'm going to go in with orange now. And if there is like the first glob will probably have the most paint on it, so encourage them, they can go back over it and kind of reuse that paint. But again, it's just for fun, so it doesn't have to be perfect looking. And it is really cute and really pretty with all the colors on it and how it looks. And I like to go along the edge as well. Make sure I get, and then I'm just going to go in with a little bit of yellow just to top it off. And there you go, there we have it. Our Thanksgiving paper plate turkey. Just our fall turkey. Like I said, very cute, very easy. That took me about 10-15 minutes to do. And then if you prep everything ahead of time, like if you cut out the turkey head beforehand and you just glue it on, it'll take even less time. Really simple, really easy to do, even if you have a lot of kids, because they can all just sit down and kind of do it together and dip different things in the paint. And like I said, it can be a great decoration hanging on the fridge, or you can punch holes in it and hang it up somewhere, tie a string around it, and it's a really, really cute decoration. So I hope you enjoyed this craft, and I hope that a lot of you do it, and make sure to send it to me on the Drake It Library Children's Facebook page, or our email through the Drake It Library, or you can tag us as well if you post any photos on Facebook or whatever. I would love to see the different creations that you all come up with. in the different colors would be really, really great. In terms of books, I didn't grab any specific ones because we have so many. We have so many Thanksgiving books that have a lot to do with turkeys. We have some nonfiction turkey books if you want to do any to go along with this craft, and if you want to add some Thanksgiving books with it too, if you want to make it Thanksgiving themed, that's completely fine. Or again, like always, you can just do this merely for fun, and it's actually really educational and great for the brain, even without them knowing. So I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.